everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams who need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Broncos. So let's get you out to Denver for the call of our game. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from Sports Authority Field. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. One man in the backfield, that's Martin. And they'll give it to him here. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. The safety, T.J. Ward, in on the stop. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
To throw, Winston. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 5 full yards to bring up 4th. On 4th down, the Bucs will call on Anger. Brian Anger to punt it away. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
Here's Simeon. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Virgil Green, 28 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And nowadays in NFL football, you have to account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there. Oh,
without a doubt. And we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was the prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jaquiz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier. A monster 2016 for Mike Evans. His Buccaneers didn't make the playoffs, but wasn't because of his production. Led the league in targets and was in the top 5 in many other receiving categories. What a big-time year for him.
4th in yards, 2nd touchdowns, just outside of the top 5, 6th in catches. So he's going to be a handful for teams in the future. I mean, he's got a long career ahead of him.
A long career ahead of him, and look for him to increase his yards after catch as he moves forward in his career.
2nd down, Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because, you know, most defenses, 3 levels: D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them, and then you throw the ball over their heads, and now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Sylvester Williams coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. One receiver to the left is Evans. Now a second down throw for Winston. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
I love watching T.J. Ward play. Whether it's covering into deep zones or blitzing, this man makes plays.
3rd and long for Winston. The 20. He's got Evans. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, 41 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Simeon. It's caught. He finds Norwood. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
Now a 1st down throw, Simeon. Screen play, Anderson. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 53 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. One receiver left, two to the right. Now Jameis on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It's a loss of 2. Now third down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Winston from the gun on third down. He hits Rodgers in the flat. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, Martin. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
That's caught at the 3. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. The point after now for Aguayo. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Catch here, left side, Thomas. It's a gain of 14 there.
Well, the bad news, the Denver Broncos didn't make the playoffs, but the good news for Demaryius Thomas, he was over 1,000 yards again as a receiver.
6 straight year he's done that, but yards per catch and touchdowns down a little bit. Any of that due to the change at quarterback?
Think about it. For him now, in the last 2 seasons, he's had to get used to 3, well, really 4 different quarterbacks throwing him the football. I think that yards per catch will go back up when he gets some consistency.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And that'll be incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. And able to find Green. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And some room to maneuver. Past C.J. Anderson. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have broken the tie. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. So out come the Bucs now. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Goes underneath to Martin. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
First down, Winston. Evans has it left side. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll give the Bucs a first down. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. One receiver to the left is Evans. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing again. Winston on second and 10. And some space here. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. Third and 2. He's got Evans. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where we started running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Second down, Winston. They shakes him off. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long. On third down, Winston. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And an alley to run. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
Well, I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Final play of the half here, Winston. They set up the screen to Martin. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They give it to Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you've got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. In the backfield is Anderson. Now it's Simeon. Pass incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's second down. So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. Right? They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Simeon on 3rd and goal. Hard throw, incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Norwood that time. And 4th down coming up. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So put another 3 on the board, and all things considered, a good opening drive here to begin the third quarter.
It sure was. I think as a head coach, you're happy to come out and put a little drive together, take the 3 points, and build on your lead.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Jameis to throw it. Forced out to his left. Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums in London, so they get a different flavor in all of these places. But Mexico, for the second straight year, the Raiders are coming to town. That should be a whole lot of fun.
Should be a ton of fun and a very good matchup.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold. And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans there to make the grab. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
2nd and 5. To throw on second is Simeon. Completes it to Norwood. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy is covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Simeon on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Following the interception, Winston over the middle to Evans. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it's good enough for a Tampa Bay first. Fresh set of downs here. One man in the backfield, that's Martin. To throw, Winston. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. One receiver left, 2 to the right. 2nd down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
So many components go into a well-executed screen pass. You've got to sell, sell, sell. Offensive line's got to sell like they've missed blocks, and then they move out, and they're out in front of the running back. He's got to sell that he's trying to block, and then he slips out into the route. The quarterback has to sell that maybe he's trying to throw it downfield. Instead, he slips it off to a running back, and when you get one set perfectly, you have to catch the ball. And that didn't happen on that play.
And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first, it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. One receiver to the left is Evans. 3rd and goal, Winston. And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Vincent Jackson, an 11-yard touchdown. So a big play coming now for the Bucs as they'll go for 2. Here's Winston. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
All right, here we go.
Simeon wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is caught. Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius Thomas. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 68 yards, and the Broncos will extend their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. One receiver to the left is Evans. First down, Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Vincent Jackson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. After the touchdown, Aguayo now ready for the kickoff. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way.
Well, the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
All right, here we go.
They run it again with Anderson. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
They run. Anderson stays on his feet. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Anderson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They'll run with Booker. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave to lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out, like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Give up with your friends sting. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme. Go on down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody game, we on the town. Hey, never come down, I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station. You hear the same old song. I feel like, dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody game. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody game. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it.